Okay, welcome again to a Greenfield Games in Greenfield, Massachusetts, Warhammer 40K 6th edition battle report. We are doing 2 versus 2 battle in our Escalation League. 4 1,500 point armies squaring off on this battlefield here. It's going to be Tim and Bob playing Space Wolves and Imperial Guard versus Evan and Fred, who are playing Orks with some Chaos Marines and Tau. We're doing a crusade battle on the long table edges. We got an objective here and here. We got an objective here and here. We're going to have some mysterious stuff there and some mysterious stuff there. Evan and Fred are going to deploy first, and they already started, but we're going to look at the armies right now. So what do we got here for the Orks?
Alright, Orks, we got boys, Knob Squad. Right now I'm proxying Orks in Chaos Armor and some Space Wolves as Chaos Marines with a Demon Prince as a War Boss, because mine's still gluing together.
Brand new Demon Prince, not quite ready for battle.
We got some Shooter Boys, another squad of boys, big guns, Daka Jet, and the Looters are being put on the board right now.
Alright, and Fred is the ally, or the co-teammate of the Orks doing Tau. What do we got?
I've got 5 units of 10 Fire Warriors each, using Commander Farsight with 4 bodyguards, Hammerhead with a railgun, and 3 broadsides with 2 shield drones.
That's 1,500 points there. What am I doing? 1,500 points of Imperial Guard. We have Lord Commissar for HQ, squad of Penal Legionnaires, 5 Ratlings, Melta Vets, 3 Meltas in a Vet squad, in a Chimera, another Vet squad with a Las Cannon, doing 3 Lehman Russ tanks, all with battle cannons and Las Cannons. A big blob squad, Imperial Guard blob squad with HQ, platoon command with a missile launcher in there. And then the blob squad's got a commissar, it's got a squad with a heavy bolter, a squad with a flamer, another squad with a flamer, a squad with another heavy bolter, and a mortar squad attached to it, and on tryout an Aegis defense line with Icarus Las Cannon to try and take out that jet, the Ork jet. And here is the Space Wolves. What do we have here?
We got a unit of Blood Clouds right over here, and a Rhino, a unit of Grey Hunters and a Rhino, another unit of Grey Hunters and a Rhino, a Dreadnought in the back, a unit of Space Wolf Terminators led by Rune Priest, and then a unit of Long Fangs.
Alright, and we'll be back. They're deploying now, talking a little strategy, and we'll be back with deployment first turn. Alright, so here's the deployment. Pretty much everything it took to fit every model on the deployment zone. You got a sea of Fire Warriors and Orks and Chaos Marines. The broadsides are there, the Hammerhead's there. Those are going to be Chaos Marines, Orks, the Tau HQ's over there. Lots of Fire Warrior squads everywhere. Our side, pretty much the same, just a sea of armies. Space Wolves over here, Dreadnought ahead, a couple of tanks over here, and a Las Cannon over here. Melta Vets are in there. Penal Legionnaires. The Blob Squad is here with a tank, and the Aegis defense line and the Icarus gun are there, and the Ratlings infiltrated there. We rolled and are going to get first turn unless they can seize the initiative, and it did not get seized, almost. And we'll be back with turn 1, Imperial Guard, Space Wolves. Okay, here's the end of Imperial Guard Space Wolf turn 1. Things move forward. Space Wolf's mainly moving forward. The Rune Priest did some psychic powers into the Orks, killing a few. Let's see, the 2 Lehman Russes and the Las Cannon fired into the broadsides, killing the shield drones, but the broadsides made all their saves. The Chimera fired into the Fire Warriors, killing a little bit. These Penal Legionnaires scooted forward into the building. Move was ordered on the Blob Squad, and they moved in to fill in the Aegis defense line. A missed missile shot over here. This Rhino's moving around the building. This was a successful Lehman Russ blast. Took out a good number of Chaos Marines and drifted onto some Orks. Same thing with the mortars. Did some pretty effective shooting in that direction, affecting troops over there. And the Rattlings fired, and I think they took out a couple of Fire Warriors in the back corner there. And that's about it. This objective here grants reroll ones, I believe. Reroll ones, and what is? We don't know any. Oh, we should figure that one out too. But all right, we will be back with turn 1 for the Tau and Orks. Okay, this was the turn 1 for Tau and Orks. Let us know what happened.
Not yet. Okay. What's time after that?
What all happened, guys?
Pretty much just a lot of moving up and running and trying to get in position, and killed some of the big guns and
big guns and hammerhead and bunch of not bunch. 4 dead guardsmen from Hammerhead and big guns attacks. A lot of moving forward here. Crisis suits jumping forward into the building there. The rats took a chunk of the fire from turn 1, and 2 still survive.
You have to do a leadership for that still.
And they need to do a leadership to see if they run away. And that's about it. So that's what these guys look like after turn 1. Okay, it's turn 2 for the Space Wolves and Guard. And what happened here? We had the Rhino move forward, and these guys popped out and shot. Did you kill any?
Yeah, I killed a couple.
Killed a couple. The Dreadnought moved forward and shot. This Rhino moved forward, popped out guys, and they shot. Terminators moved forward. The Lehman Russ took out a broadside happily. This Lehman Russ, I think, landed on some knobs. The Chimera moved forward and took 3 melta shots at the Hammerhead, doing a hull point. And let's see. That's about it. The Blob Squad moved forward into this corner of the defense line and fired into these Orks, taking out a few. And this Lehman Russ and some other fire concentrated, the mortars concentrated on the Orks with the big guns over there and took out a good chunk of them. 2 remain. And that's about it for turn 2. We'll be back with turn 2 for the Orks and Tau. Okay, this is the end of a very long Ork and Tau turn 2. Oh goodness, it was really long. Evan, you want to just give us some highlights? What happened?
Highlights are Orks did a lot of shooting, finally took out the Commissar there, getting First Blood and the HQ. Everything moved, everything assaulted. The Demon Prince came down and challenged the Rune Priest, killed him, and one of the Terminators with his Hammer Wrath, sending them running. The Knob Squad attacked the Terminator, destroyed it. The Ork Boys attacked the remaining Space Wolf unit there, destroyed it.
Wiped it out.
The Chaos Marines, who were dressed as Orks, or other way around, assaulted. Didn't do much, but they're still in combat. And that's pretty much the highlights.
think the was it the broadsides exploded the Lehman Russ?
Oh yeah, the
here?
broadsides destroyed them. That was last.
Killed a good chunk of the veteran squad next to him, and yeah, that's about it. All right, big look at the board as we go into turn 3. That's probably gonna starting to run out of time. Right, so this was turn 3. Top of 3 for us, the Imp Guard and Space Wolves. Let's see, the Lehman Russ fired, and this squad fired into the knobs and boys that were over here, killing a bunch. The assault continued at a draw, I believe, here. These knobs are, what did they do?
They took a, one of them died.
One of them died here. Let's see, Longfangs do anything yet? Have they shot one time?
They killed the knob.
They killed the knob.
Longfangs killed the knob. The mortars were very effective. They fired into the looters and boys over there, causing both units to take leaderships, fail, and run off the board. All of the blob squad, the Icarus gun, the heavy bolters, they all fired into these orcs over here, doing a number of casualties. The Rattlings also fired into there, helping out, and that's about it. Oh, the Melta-Vets shot 3 Meltas at where the Hammerhead used to be and exploded that, and that was a very happy moment for the guard. And that's about it. We're going to try and squeeze in one last quick turn and come back to you before the store closes. Okay, so we're going to have to end the game at the end of turn 3. The Tau and Orks, they did some assaulties in here. They wiped out the remainder of a veteran squad here, moved forward. The Daka-Jet came in and blasted away at the Penal Legionnaires, killing 5. Pretty much everyone over here, Tau and a bunch of others, they all fired into the Blob Squad. The Blob Squad went to ground and took very little wounds. And that's pretty much it. We're going to have to call it here. The store's closing, but it doesn't matter if we finish the game or not. We still had a ton of fun. Evan, thank you. Fred, thank you for a good game. And Tim, good game there. And we're just going to wrap it up. Keep watching the battle reports from the Greenfield Games Escalation League. As you can see, the points are getting pretty high. We had 6,000 points of models on the board today. A lot of stuff blowing up. So keep watching the videos, and that's how it kind of ended up. Turn 3. Just
throws things and catches them and throws things.
Stuff everywhere, blowing up stuff everywhere. And we'll be back with more battle reports. See you later.